Good morning. This is HBM's Crypto Corner for Sunday, June 14th, 2015. Actually, today is Flag Day. And I know a lot of proud Americans, including myself, love our flag and always want it to fly high. Uh, Speaking of flags, this is a bit indirectly related, but is the U.S. government covering up Bigfoot? We all wonder if Bigfoot or Sasquatch could possibly be real. And some people think that not only does the United States government have proof of Bigfoot's existence, they're also covering it up from American citizens. In this video, they go over some of the footage, sightings, and evidence of the legendary Bigfoot. What do you think? Do you think the government is hiding information about Bigfoot from us? Or do you think they are in the dark about the whole thing? It's an interesting question. Um, you know, And the answer, I think, is just as elusive as the creature itself. There are those who claim that, yes, the government knows all about Sasquatch and may even indeed have some corpses hidden away somewhere. Personally, I don't know what to think of that. If the government is conducting secret experiments on Sasquatch, then certainly, yes, they would know something about these creatures. But I don't know. I mean, there's been all kinds of speculation for years that yes, the government knows. I don't know. It's a conundrum. It certainly is. If they do know about Sasquatch, they're certainly keeping mum about it for certain. They're not telling us anything about it. So, although, let's see, a good friend of mine, Bill Dranginis, is a former government worker, so obviously he had a sighting, so he knows about it. As far as cover up, well, I don't know. I mean that's kind of stuff you would see and hear on the X Files probably. Next is a trailer for the Minerva Monster documentary and movie, also, which is now available at grassmangear.com. You can get it in DVD or Blu-ray, and I would highly recommend it. They also have the T-shirt. Then they also have the official soundtrack to Minerva Monster. Oh, and the poster as well. You can get a poster. So yeah, head on over to Minerva Monster. Excuse me. Head on over to grassmangear.com and just look for the Minerva Monster banner. It'll take you right to the page where you can order, all kinds of cool Minerva Monster stuff. Heck, you can even order other T-shirts like this Grassman Gear T-shirt I'm wearing. Oh, let's not forget about they have all kinds of cool stuff at grassmangear.com. They have this wristband right here which says Grassman Gear. So yeah, that's some pretty cool stuff. They've got T-shirts, they got books, they've got DVDs, they've got all kinds of cool stuff. Most impressive, let's see, Bigfoot footage ever? Well, I hardly think so. I mean, I've seen this, I've watched this footage, and it appears to be something that's been inserted via CGI. Apparently, this person was out camping. This person named Ronald von Beringe, a naturalist, camping in California, had his Moultrie game cam set up in his tent in case he had any unexpected visitors while he was away. Motion sensor has about a 10-second delay on the model of camera he was using, so he can only imagine what occurred before this video. And I've watched this video. It just does not look natural to me. It just doesn't. I mean, it looks like something, a CGI creation. That's what it looks like. Um, and it seems like hoaxers are getting much more, what you might call, sophisticated. They're getting much more clever. So I would just caution people to be careful. Be careful that they don't get snookered in by by hoaxers and things like that. Finally, just a little cool video of Cliff Barrickman from Finding Bigfoot with a fan named Chris. It's just a short little conversation that they have. It's just something, that I think is pretty cool. Um, yes, all the links will be below in the description, by the way. So those of you who are wondering, why I'm not showing the web pages, well, don't worry about that. The links will be below, so you will be able to go to the links yourself and see these stories if you choose to go to if you choose to surf peruse the web for those stories. Now, Finding Bigfoot has already started. It just started 2 weeks ago. They're about to air the third episode of the season tomorrow or tonight, rather. It'll be in South Carolina. That's where they're going to be tonight, or that's where they've already filmed, and should be interesting. I've gone on my soapbox before about Finding Bigfoot, the show, about how a lot of people like to denigrate it and say, well, it's not real research, or it's not this, or it's not that. Well, no, it's not real research. I agree. It's entertainment. That's what it is. But that doesn't make it a bad show. I mean, and at least it is spreading awareness of the subject. Um, the subject of Sasquatch Bigfoot has become a cottage industry now. I mean, as the best example is the increased attendance of the Ohio Bigfoot Conference. There were 705 individuals who got tickets for the event and paid. That's paid attendance, by the way. And over 1,000 people that actually would come through just to peruse the different tables and the different vendors and things of that nature at the lodge on that Saturday, the 16th of May, almost 1 month ago. So, for those who say, well, Finding Bigfoot has no use, or they have no use for Finding Bigfoot, well, that's fine. That's on you. Or if you think it's a clownish show and all this stuff, or you think it's ridiculous, some ways it might be ridiculous, but in others, well, it's raising awareness. And I know a lot of us roll our eyes at certain cast members on the show, whether it's Matt Moneymaker or Renee Holland. Some people roll their eyes at Moneymaker, some people roll their eyes at Renee. There have been times where I've done my fair share of both, rolling my eyes at both of them. In the interest of full disclosure, but I think they're doing what they need to do. I think that Moneymaker does and says a lot of the things he does and says for entertainment value and a little bit for shock value. He's kind of like the heel, in pro wrestling. He's the guy who says and does outrageous things, and you just you have to kind of do one of these about him. Yeah, Renee might be considered a heel also to some. Um, I myself, I don't have a problem with Renee. I think that she is much more sensible sometimes. Sometimes she's more sensible. Other times, I just like to say, Renee, no, no, no. But overall, I like Renee. I mean, Moneymaker's okay. I'm not gonna bash Moneymaker. But I mean, the show. It's good entertainment. Kids love it, and as I said, it raises awareness for the subject, which I'd rather see something. Now you compare a show like Finding Bigfoot to Mountain Monsters. Mountain Monsters is so obviously fake. And also, I mean, yes, Finding Bigfoot is scripted, yes, but they're not going around making things happen. Mountain Monsters, they're doing that all the time. They are making things happen on Mountain Monsters. They're hoaxing. Um, I put Mountain Monsters in the same category as these fake documentaries that have come out the past few years, like the ones on mermaids, Megalodon, the Yeti. That more recent one that came out about a few weeks ago, which was called Cannibal in the Jungle. So, yeah, Mountain Monsters would belong in that category. No, Finding Bigfoot would not belong in that category because they're not going around making things happen. Whatever is happening where they're concerned, it's occurring as they're filming. I mean, it's live on the spot, as it were. Um, and I mean, I know Finding Bigfoot, the show, turns people off, some people off. But I would much rather, have my kids or my nieces or whatever, my nieces actually. I would much rather have them watch Finding Bigfoot than watch Mountain Monsters, where every other word out of them is a cuss word, and it's all so obviously so freaking hokey and fake. Finding Bigfoot can be hokey at times, but at least it's not fake. Scripted, yes. Fake, no. There is a difference, by the way. Well, anyhow, and yeah, I'm off my soapbox now. But I do want to thank everybody for tuning in, everybody for being supportive of this program. Um, you may have seen my video from a few days ago, giving a tribute to my friend Melinda Hogan Thomas, who was a valuable member of the Bigfoot community. Um, she was a sweet lady, and she's going to be missed. And I mean, she was pretty sick, from what I understand. So the cancer was spreading over her body, and it overtook her eventually. And I know it can be a saddening thing. It's a saddening thing for her family right now. I know, but she's no longer suffering. That's good. Anyhow, I don't mean to end this on a downer. um, no, but thank y'all for tuning in. And as I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, I'm only going to be doing this every couple of weeks because there's just not a whole lot going on in the Bigfoot community right now. I mean, it's summer, so it is kind of slow, which I guess is to be expected. Anyway, I mean, and we're going into these hot summer months, hot mosquito infested months. Yeah, so just make sure if you're outside, if you're working outside, or if you are jogging or hiking or doing whatever kind of activity you're doing outside, make sure that you take plenty of breaks, have plenty of water, and use sunscreen. And if you don't like mosquitoes buzzing around you, there are several products you can buy. I mean, you've probably seen them. They have like a wristband thing that you can wear around your wrist, which lasts for about a week. It'll keep bugs away from you. There's also the Off makes the little clip-on device that you can put on your belt or whatever, and they'll keep mosquitoes away from you. Because there's always the risk of West Nile virus and contracting West Nile virus. Several people have done so, and some of them have passed away, unfortunately, from West Nile virus. So just be careful. Anyway, I want to thank you again for tuning in, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks. And until then, by the way, for the next, I guess, 2 more weeks on this channel, we'll have the looking for Bigfoot News Hour, Finding Bigfoot after shows, and they'll be starting at 11 Eastern, 10 Central, right here on this channel. So until 2 weeks from now, y'all be good or be good at it. This has been HBM's Crypto Corner.